Look at that crack. Stanley's crack look good. Chris Johnson crack look good. Well, look at my crack. No. Look at that crack.
Are we looking at Arthur's cat now?
Yes.
That
Sorry,
what-
I didn't hear a damn thing you said.
All right.
And cause I was a gazillionaire and I like building so much, I cut that price for free.
The species is dying, the birth rate is plummeting, women are chopped. But yeah, you know what? Get a fucking cat.
I know even more about grass.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass, a special midweek edition of Touch Grass. I am, of course, your intrepid host, Theo Snodgrass, comedian and podcaster out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Wherever you may be, thank you for making me a part of your day. I am very excited about this. I've wanted to have this guy on for a long time. With me today is my very special guest, a legend in the Northwest comedy community, the host and founder of the comedy show at Chadwick's out in Medford, Oregon, Carl Lee. Carl, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me, buddy. Good to see you, man. This is really dope. Really dope.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here. We met about a year ago, and I'm actually going to be back in Medford this weekend. I'm going to be featuring. Yeah, I'm going to be featuring at that show this weekend. So I wanted to go ahead and do a show beforehand, get some eyeballs on it. But also, you know, I've wanted to ask you a bunch of questions for a long time because you've been in comedy for a long time. How long have you been in comedy?
I would say about 28, 29 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you could tell. I remember because that was when I went to Medford for the first time. That was like probably the longest I'd driven for a road gig up to that point. It was like the most out of town I had been. That's a 10-hour drive down from Spokane, where I was coming from at the time. You know, it was the winter time too, and I drive a Honda Accord, so it's just deep snow. I'm getting mocked by Subarus on all sides because I'm driving down from Oregon. And it was like, honestly, it's an incredibly dope show. Guys, if you are in the Oregon area, you got to check out this comedy show. It's incredibly dope. Carl does a great job. And man, I love that room. I love that room.
21 years. This year marks 21 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Dude.
That's why it's a dope show, because 21 years of bringing in some great talent, and then the audience, the town, the people eat it up. And I make sure I just stay consistent with good dope guys like you, man, who want to be there, who show up knowing they want to do a good show, they want to respect when they want to do the business, man, and that goes a long way, because it's not just about being on stage. It's just the way the people engage with you, feel about you, man. And I really appreciate that you guys always want to keep coming back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude, it's great. Well, and the cool thing about that room, my hotel room is right above the comedy club. I don't have to go nowhere. Yeah. It's just right here. It's just right here.
You can be drunk and stumble to your damn room.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Hit the elevator.
Dude, it's great. I love that room. I love that room. Now let me ask you this, because this is the question that I think everybody gets a lot. What caused you to seek out comedy? I know for a lot of people, there's different reasons they do it. I think I did it because I wanted attention, and I was like, I wanted to be funny in front of a room full of people. There's complex reasons why we do it, but like, what inspired you to do it? Because it's terrifying. That's like the number one thing people are afraid of is public speaking.
You know, the thing is I always had an entertaining bug in me. I was always entertaining. So it goes back, okay, so all this happened at the same time. Let me tell you when I really started to click this and pieces together. All this happened around in like 1983. This is going to be a trip. I fell in love with Eddie Murphy Delirious, 83. I fell in love with Michael Jackson's Thriller album, 83. I fell in love with the group New Edition. They came out in 83. So like during that time, all this is happening, and I'm like resonating. Oh, and the movie Breaking. Remember that? So all this was happening, and it's all resonating with me. So I'm doing it all. I'm performing, I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm doing that, and I'm impersonating Eddie Murphy, just loving all that. So it was like that bug had just kicked in with me when I was younger, man. And I just love, and also I really love comedy because I didn't understand stand up. I saw Eddie Delirious, which was just like some rock star stats, but I didn't really understand the concept of being a comedian, you know. So here I am loving all the sitcoms like Mork and Mindy, Dick Van Dyke, Carl Burnett Show. To a lot of you young folks on this damn podcast watching this, you don't know nothing, yo Miley Cyrus ass generation. Y'all know a damn thing about when we only had 3 channels and you had to get up and turn the channel. Too many options. You got 80s Disney spinoffs, 30 HBO spin. I'm sorry, I went on the visit. Y'all don't know shit about walking to the TV, turning your channel. Okay, I digress. But so I'm loving all that, man. And so I started putting them together like as I got older and recognized like, wait a minute, all these actors on these sitcoms were once comedians. You know, and I didn't realize that, man. So, but I always want to do stand up. I was going to do it when I was like 17 years old. I was going to really get into it about that age, man. But I got my reality check because when I was working as a dishwasher at a restaurant, I used to always bring my Eddie Murphy like cassettes to work and jam and to Eddie Murphy. And then was a head cook. He was like a big bro to me. He was a big comedy fan too. And I told him I want to go to the comedy club and get on. I want to do it. He was like, "No, man, they'll eat you up." And it was like, wah, wah, wah. Oh. And I just like didn't do it. Stay loving comedy, stay connected to. I mean, I'm talking about, man, like, you know, before there was Def Jam, I was such a student of comedy because, believe it or not, man, like Def Jam and BET comedy, that was like black comedy. But when I was coming up watching Robert Townsend, Eddie Murphy, the Wayans, Keenan Ivory Wayans, and watching all this, I didn't know it wasn't black comedy. They were just black comedians doing comedy, and they were mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I was coming up, comedy started making a change. With Def Jam was much more urban, much more related to a certain demographic of black, all that. You know what I'm saying? But I came up with like watching everybody from like I said, like Robin Williams. I'm watching comedians like that. I'm watching Seinfeld. You know, I don't know, but I just gradually, man, just kept staying connected with it all, just loving it all. And finally, when I was in college, my buddies and all of them were getting tired of me making them laugh and not pursuing being a stand-up comedian. So yeah, I went to college in a town called La Crosse, Wisconsin, and didn't have any comedy around there except for one nighter in a hotel similar to my show, one night of Friday, and it was part of a Wisconsin running do. And I used to always go to the comedy shows, but I would inquire about, yo, how can I get on? I just want to get on. And they didn't care. They weren't trying to help no comic get on. Because for one thing, similar to like how Pat books Jokers, she's way over here, Joker's way over there, and whoever's running Jokers, they just running it. They don't know about all the booking. Like, I don't know how to get you on this. Yeah, maybe just Jokers. I don't know. Yeah. Shit. So they won't offer me that. So man, so I would just go around and do like the local stuff. I would create my own like local stuff for myself. Like I would just go from bar to bar, put a daggone. I had a speaker I would carry around. I had a mic and a mic. I would create my own posters. I put them up and just do my own sets. And then people would invite me to get on their little birthday parties, do little events. So I started doing that. And then I got connected with the Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis, which was like the hottest, the most finest freaking comedy club ever. I'm talking about they had, before anybody knew who Louis C.K. was, before anybody before anybody knew Pete Lee and all these big names was coming through there. So I would go there and just do the open mics. And the open mics was on a Monday night, but it was packed floor to, it was just like crazy packed, man. So that's when I really got my first hit at a real comedy club. But I friended a guy named Sparkman, who became my big brother, my mentor in stand up. He came to my college town on that one nighter. I seen him a couple of times and finally I approached him and said, "This is what I want to do. I want to do stand up." And he was like, "Okay, tell me what you think. Tell me how that looks to you." And he said, "Look, I'm gonna be in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, which is like a couple of hours away, right? You come up there, hang out with me, I'll give you some stage time." So I used to go around different spots where he was in the Wisconsin area nearby. He would give me 5 minutes here. I was so green, dude. I was doing some of the most corniest green shit. I had like an afro wig I would put on and do a little skit. I was doing the most greenest shit, but he never, the cool thing about it, he never hated on what I was doing. He never was like, "Man, what the hell are you doing?" He just like sat back and like got a kick out of it. And I could see that he was saying like, "Yeah, you're new, you're gonna grow. This is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is your maturity, this is your set, but you're gonna grow." And so he took me on a road with him, man. He took me on a road with him. And so he was very essential for breaking me into the road and then connected me with comedy club bookers and other comedians who took me and who was part of his crew, and they took me under their wing. And like it was like I don't know if you ever heard of Kevin Bozeman, but look up Kevin Bozeman. He's an amazing cat. He's still out there killing it. Comedian BT, who's my big brother. All them dudes just took me under their wing. And so now they introduced me to the whole comedy scene all over the U.S. So I'm touring all over now. Now I'm a pro. This is about, let me see, it's probably about 2000, 2001 when I officially started going on the road. Like no job. No, I'm going on the road. I'm going to tell you my first gig. And this might trip some people out. Right? This is how much I was committed. My first gig was, I was living in Arizona. I moved to Arizona in 99. And I'm breaking to the scene. So now in 2001, I'm breaking into being a pro now. So my first gig was in Devil's Lake, North Dakota, and St. Cloud, Minnesota, right? $100 a piece. I took a Greyhound from Arizona all the way to North Dakota. For not even really $200, because once you get it, you got to eat. You got to
Shit, man.
Yeah, you got to get back on the bus and carry your ass back to Arizona. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. But the crazy thing about it was, I did it all over and over and over and over and over again till this day. I did it all. Dude. And then it was just the natural progression. So I went on. So I answered your question, and I went on doing some added other stuff to it. But that's really how it all just came to be, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. That really is how it is, though. Like you just like I think that when I first met you last time I was in Medford, I borrowed Gas Buddy from you for exactly that reason. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Because your check was getting mailed to you.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get a check that day, and they're like, "Nah, dude, you're getting this mailed to you in 2 weeks." And I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, and the thing is, Pat and I, the only reason to do that, man, just to make sure comics follow through with itinerary, expectation, all that. Because some people will do some things that could cost us. Well, not cost me, but but Pat being the booker who we hired, who the hotel was able to help me out by hiring me a booker, because I don't want to take that responsibility. I'm busy doing my own career. But I'm very fortunate that hotel owners and management were open to me having bookers and they paying them. But, because some comics will do some things, man, that can cost the booker that room. And, whether it's, some of the rules we always talk about, like, don't try to sleep with the wait staff. You know what I'm saying? Watch your drinking. You know what I'm saying? Even don't try to sleep with the with the patrons. It's just like certain ways how to conduct yourself. And then don't booker wants to get the call like, your guy messed up the hotel room. He did this, he did, So
yeah,
it's pretty. But a lot of bookers do And also too, because they do have to also wait for their payments so they can pay you guys. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of bookers do. But yes, it's really some behind the scenes stuff people don't really understand. But yeah, it's a method to it.
Yeah, I think you were the one who told me this. This is a piece of advice I've repeated so much. I think you told me when I first got to Medford, don't get so drunk you fall off the stage. I had a guy do that last week. And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
That's so much of comedy is just
Yeah.
showing up on time and sober. So
Yeah.
much of like advancing a career. Like you know some guys, I know some guys that are hitters, just crush it every night who cannot get out of their own way because they can't show up
the
on
only way.
time for a gig.
Yeah, they got to get it. You know, and the thing is, it's like because some people come in town early enough, they start drinking elsewhere. I had some dudes to go to a winery and come back and I'm sitting there in the bar, like I show up, I show up like at 6:30, start running the door and doing everything, and I'm like, the dude been in the bar, and this is how I could tell how long he's been at the winery drinking wine. His lips were Merlot. I'm looking at his lips because usually if your lips are blue or purple, that means okay, is he passing out? Was he able to stroke? But he was drinking so much, his lips became the color of Merlot.
Oh man,
Yeah,
not a good sign.
His show was a wreck. I ended up, he did some things that was very unprofessional, disrespectful to the crowd because he was just so lit, and I let him go. That was the last time. I said I couldn't have him back, and I gave him a chance. A couple years later, to get back because he was very funny when he can able to moderate his drinking and will it in and lock in and do what he does. Then he came back again, man, and did something else that was kind of stupid. And I was like, okay, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I was done. So now he's back, but he has a healthy relationship. It was funny too because one of the comics who knows him and know he's coming back, they were like, I think he's doing better now. He has a girlfriend. I'm like, only comics. Like, it's only us that need some ass to get our shit together.
Bro, but why is it like that though? It's always like that.
Dude, you never see an attorney, right? You never hear an attorney keep fucking his clients over, and then finally somebody at the law firm like, yo, I think it's gonna be good.
He's got a girlfriend now.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do his job. He got a girlfriend now. Yeah, I think he's gonna actually try to defend you. He has a girlfriend now.
Excellent. Well, let's check in with the chat real quick, then we'll get going. Roguish Nerd is here, friend of the channel. Gay, because I was late.
Yay.
I said what I said. This is the internet, Carl.
I love that, dude. That means late, right?
Yeah.
I told you, man, I'm gonna use that when my wife period is late. I'm gonna throw it in her face. Gay. It is not mine. Gay. Not my baby. Yay.
Excellent. Oh man, I'm happy you're here, bro. All right, Ronald Skidbird is here. Yippee! He's happy to be here. Oh, Iron Oxide, friend of the channel. Eddie Murphy, Delirious is a masterpiece. I saw that as a kid. That's what made me want to do stand up, be on SNL someday. I was 8 when I first saw it.
Yeah. See, that's crazy, man. So if he was 8, okay, but what year was that, buddy? The guy that just said that. What year were you 8? Not trying to put you out in case you trying to max some honeys. You don't want to throw your age on.
He'll throw. I think. Let's see. I'm not sure. I don't want to answer for him because I don't want to be mad at me. But he'll throw it in the chat at some point. But
yeah, that's powerful. He was 8 years old and that resonated with him. Like, wow. So and I think I can kind of keep where he's coming from because Pryor, which is no pun intended, Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Was 89. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, man. Yeah, so prior to me seeing Eddie, my mom had Richard Pryor albums. So I was like his age, listening to Richard Pryor albums, like, tripping off that, so. But he's right. That's a masterpiece. That was truly rock star status. Eddie, if you go back and even watch the intro of Delirious, he had a private jet, his merch, all that stuff was like, whoa, he had a team. That was some rock star status, man.
Yeah, it was it's just incredible. What's crazy is there's a comedy club out here in Vegas called Delirious. Shout out Delirious Comedy
Yeah, I
Club.
heard.
I've got-
That's who was that? Barnett.
yeah, Don Barnhart owns that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a couple of locations now, in a
Oh,
couple of
awesome,
casinos out
dude.
here.
You
But
work
yeah.
them?
Yes, I've gotten
Good
to work
for
with
you,
Don a
man.
couple of times. Dude, not only he's stupendously funny, that just is a fact, and he's still writing new jokes at his age. He's still coming up every night, trying out new stuff, new material.
You better.
That's great, man. Like,
You-
that makes me feel good.
You got to. You got to. You know, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and this is for anybody, for yourself, anybody watching this as comics, want to be comics. It's like, if you truly continue to add to your material and you keep adding to it, it's gonna be the most amazing feeling that you're gonna have. That you just have that deep repertoire, that you have that continuous growth. The reason why I really started writing so much all the time was years back. I was working with this cat named Danny Bevins. You guys got to look up Danny Bevins. Danny was like, he was like the Bill Burrs before there was Bill Burr. I was hosting the Weekend Room in Appleton, Wisconsin. I was hosting, and he gave me the best advice. He said, do a different set every time so they can see that you have that material. And
Wow.
so I'm doing 2 shows a night. So that means I got to do something different as much as possible each time so they can see I got that material, because that's how they look at you to get you to the next spot of being a feature, then vice versa, and then up from there being a headline. So that was some of the best I had. Best advice I got, man,
Dude.
is to show them that you have that feature in you. So that's the whole thing, man. When you hosting, you're showing that I have that feature in me. When you're featuring, you're showing I have that headliner
Yes,
in me.
sir. Yeah, I think that's right. Speaking of Don Barnard, I got blessed with a similar opportunity out here. He books a room out here called Buck's Tavern. It's beautiful. Honestly, Carl, you should come through and headline it sometime. It's a ton of fun. We love the crowd at Buck's Tavern. Shout out Buck's Tavern. But the thing is, yeah, it's a bar gig, but it's a dope bar gig. The only difference is bars in Vegas, they got slot machines on the counter. So if you're not funny, they are not paying attention.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, they check it out right in front of your face. They don't care. No, dude. And listen, so I get in there, I do my 30 minutes, we have a good time, and then I come back a couple months later. Hold on, half the crowd has seen me before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like, because they got regulars, and don't get me wrong, they like it, but that inspires me. I'm like, oh shit, at least 15 minutes of this 30 minutes got to be new.
Bro. That's
you know,
it.
It's got to be, and we got to put a twist on the old stuff, because it better be better the second time.
Yeah.
You know?
Because what happens though too is some of them want to come back so you can do that joke again. They want to hear it again. I had people who brought people to see me, but I didn't do the bit that they liked, that they want that person to see. And I'm like, like my bad. Like, I don't know. It's like I'm gonna have to have a request bucket next time.
Play this.
Hey,
That's
do that good joke.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that's actually cool. When you have being blessed to have that experience of people who come out because they want to see you again, but they also want their friends to see the bits you've done.
Yeah.
That's an incredible feeling as a performer. Yeah,
because you'll do a club on a Friday, and then they want to come back and bring their person on a Saturday. You know what I mean? So they want you to do. They're like, yo, this dude is funny. This is funny. You know, you're still funny to them, like it, but it's like, oh man, I want him to do that bit, man, about his kids, about whatever. You know, they wanted to hear that, because some people came and said, man, I brought my friend so you could do that joke. I'm like, oh damn, but I'm just not programmed to do a verbatim set. I'm not programmed to do a verbatim set. I'm programmed to have some of my good solid stuff I love to do in my rotation, but I just not programmed to do it verbatim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed that. One thing I observed about, because one thing I was worried about is, in my home scene, Spokane, people were really pressing, you got to do the same set every single time. And that's what people were pressing on me, but I'd always tried to develop a more conversational, more not improvisational, but it should sound like I'm just talking to them. That's my goal. It's hard to do that. And one thing I noticed about you is your style is very engaging. It sounds very conversational. It sounds like you're just talking to people, but it's clear that this is like time behind the wheel and mileage that led to this, but the audience feels connected to you when you do that, I think. More so than
I love to hit the stage. Yeah. I don't, like you said, dude, I don't want to just show up and then, I mean, I tell a lot of guys who are breaking into hosting, who I'm helping get that step to moving up, is like hosting. You know, you take advantage of those opportunities. And also, when you get up there as a host, don't just go right into your set. Say, hey, how you guys doing? Make eye contact, talk to some people like, hey, man, what's going on? Then you can find a segue into your material. But if you go up there and you just give yourself a chance to connect, make some eye contact, breathe it in and relax, and then your set will roll smoothly instead of like you just going up there and just you getting right into it. And they're okay with it. They just like this. It's not like, yeah, but if you come in and it's much more like you're walking into the house with your peeps, yo, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, man? And then you get into your material and it just grows smoothly like that. Like you said, we're having a conversation, we're hanging out, we're kicking it. My agenda isn't just to get through this material and be good.
Yeah, dude. There's something that happens. I think getting the audience to relax and just feel like they're hanging out. Because if you're relaxed, you're hanging out with your friends, that's when you're going to be laughing. You know, I've never liked this idea of just, to me, comedy is not, I'm not an actor. I'm not reciting the lines that I wrote.
That's true.
I'm interacting with the room, because different rooms have different energy. They're not going to respond the same way to the material.
Thank you. Yeah, I thank you, man. That's a good point, because I had guys who killed it on Friday and then come back on Saturday and feel like, oh, they didn't like me. Wait a minute, you got the two nights mixed up. Whole different thing going on Friday. Whole different thing going on Saturday. Like, don't take it personal like that, because they enjoyed it. I watched it, but as comics, we internalize.
Oh yeah,
we on stage internalizing it. Like, they hate me. They hate me. We're all in our head, but they're just sitting there laughing, having a good time. But to us, it's just like it's like we have like hallucinations. We're seeing people not having a good time. Just like they hate. Like, no, you just truly internalize this. Like you just strip yourself of having a good time because you got in your head too much.
Dude, that is so true. I think, I don't know. And it was talking to like guys who do the road that shook me out of that mentality. Because I used to have that mentality when you're coming out of the open mic scene and you're starting to get booked. Your first thing is like, if I didn't kill, then I failed. And it's like a lot of these road guys are like, bro, it's not going to hit every day. If you're hitting 75, 80% of your jokes and you're getting good pops, like you're killing it.
That's it. And sometimes, like I was in Wairika, California, doing the casino, and it was a great turnout for Thursday night. Great turnout, and this the way the room is so huge, and the ceilings are so high, it kind of affects the energy of the intimacy, right? And I'm listening to I recorded it and I'm taking clips out and I'm dropping some of my clips on social media and I'm listening to how quiet it is, right? But then it's like if anybody else watching probably thinking like, okay, what's going on? And then you hear my joke hit, pop, pop, then laugh, and they go back. You know what I'm saying? Pop, pop, pop. And also it's just because of if they were in that room with me, they'll just see how the room is set up and it kind of affects the auditory of your clip. Yes. Because it's so high, so it doesn't sound like everybody's in one room. So that makes a big difference too. Like I get on the stage and I'm recognizing like how the room is set up and the energy and all that. And I say, you know what? I'm just gonna take my time and do this. I'm just gonna take my time. They're here, they're about it, they're having a good time. Internally, I'm feeling like, wow, this room is so spread out, it's just so awkward. It's just so I'm just gonna take my time. And dude, I was told I was the best comic they've had there. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh wow. And all I did was say, okay, let me figure this out. Let me run this. And I just controlled it and did it my way and have fun. And they ate it up. But if internally I'm sitting here thinking, well, how am I gonna do this? Because I'm looking at, and the plus was like, I had a lot of 60s and up.
Mm.
It was a casino in that area, which, you know, they have a lot of silver hair that hang out at the casino, but they came to the show. It was a great turnout, but it's a different type of energy, it's a different type of vibe that I recognize. Okay, let me see how I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me pivot.
No, people say a lot of people think comedy is being funny, and that's a component of comedy, but but there's a difference between being a guy who's funny and being good at stand-up comedy, because a lot of it is what you're talking about, being able to walk into a room, and read an audience.
That's
I had a
great.
show, I was on a show in Spirit Lake, Idaho. I don't know if you've been out there. It's very rural. It was deep in the woods, and I'm the feature. Phil Kopsinski's the headliner. I know you know him, Phil Kop. Shout out Phil Kopsinski. He's a dope dude. And so he let me open for him out there. And it was me, and then my buddy was the feature, and then Phil Kopp is the headliner. And so I look around the room, I'm seeing gray hair, I'm seeing families, I'm seeing kids. I'm not saying pussy, fuck, bitch, all these words. I'm just subconsciously cutting out of my set, reordering my shit kind of in real time. And I'm hosting too, so I had to kind of warm them up a little bit. I'm hitting the cold room. And so my set goes fine. My buddy gets up there and he does objectively a very funny story about the time he and his wife got a hooker in Mexico. Did not kill in that room. Did not do super well, because he had a blind spot there. He just didn't see it, so he had to learn a tough lesson that day.
So he didn't read the audience.
No, we did not. It was tough to see, man. It was hard to see.
And also too, there's a lot of comics who don't have road experience.
Yeah.
That hits you too, because you're not even really so aware of what you're doing in Ann Arbor, Michigan for the last 8 years, because you're not gonna just get on the road and go to Minneapolis and do. You're like, because you got so comfortable with that demographic in that area. And it's like, I was doing this another casino gig in New Mexico. Can't remember the name of the casino, but it was beautiful. And it's right connected to an indigenous Native American town, man.
Yeah.
So you drive through this indigenous town that's very poor. Like, I went in that convenience store, and it was almost like the convenience store was so poor, I brought groceries to them. That's how poor. I stopped at the grocery store and called them. Y'all need anything?
Damn.
Bruh, I just wanted to go in there and grab me like some protein, like some meat or something like that. Have in my room this month. They didn't have it. That's a poor one. Then you go right down the street and everybody's like wealthy and rich and older and white.
Wow.
Right? Like, oh, this is crazy. This kid hits the stage and starts talking about Tinder, Grindr, and Pornhub. They're 60 and up. Bruh, nothing landed. And the thing is, you weren't even aware of what you were doing, because he was he stayed busy in El Paso, Texas. That's his home. That's his spot.
Yeah.
Be there, but he's always like, because honestly, man, I'm tell you this too. This is what happens. You get booked by your friends. You get booked like comics that you work with that think like you. Y'all do the same stuff together. So that's nobody who's really booking you to get you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Who book you to say, hey man, you gonna come on here and do this gig, but like because your boys will book you because y'all can all do the same stuff and do whatever. But now ain't nobody, your buddy's not booking you for the rooms that you're so familiar with. That type, I'm gonna book you over here, but you're not even thinking. So somebody let you know, like, hey man, you gotta be ready. This is the older white crowd. They're gamblers. They're just out of town passing, and a lot of times they're not natives in that area. They don't live there. Casino areas, resorts type of place. They don't live there. So you just doing whatever, and these people are just like, and when you say a joke, when a person looking lean like, oh,
yeah, dude,
because they don't. You got to just make it so familiar. I mean, even if you're doing an older crowd and you talk about Pornhub, include them in the fact that you're too old to know about Pornhub.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it funny. I'm going to educate you about Pornhub, but I'm going to make fun of you because I'm going to be something relatable to let's talk about your generation's version of Pornhub. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I will say there's a way to talk about. I learned this from Don Barnhart. Shout out Don Barnhart. I did it my first set at Delirious. I kind of backed off some of my material because the crowd was older than I expected, and I didn't expect them to understand it. So I abandoned one of my jokes that I should have just done. And he took me aside and said, "Listen, Youngblood, don't ask them what their world is like. You tell them what your world is like, and you do it so they can understand it. Be like when I talk about dating, it's like, who's married in here? Everybody's married because it's Vegas and that's who comes to Vegas, right? Yeah. Everybody's married. They're from all over the country. So you can't pander, so it's like, all right, well, if you guys are all married, you have no idea what dating is like out here. Let me tell you how bad it is.
That's it. Put that spin on it.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yep. And then if you're in a bar, you ask it, all right, we drinking tonight? Bitch, we in a bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
dude.
go right into your bed. Just go right into your bed.
Yeah.
Don't pander. Who's drinking tonight? Who got ears? That's why we're drinking tonight. Because we got it's like who is this dude? It's like,
yeah.
Go into it. Just go right into it. Don't pander to get the I guess that kind of ignites the energy. But also I'm the type of comment. I already know I'm gonna go right into this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, and I will say this one thing about doing the road. I had a pretty good road year this year, but a lot of times you don't know where your blind spots are until you find out. Because there are some cities that have a bubble. Like, respectfully, Portland has a lot of great comics, but there is a Portland bubble.
Jesus Christ, bro, dude. That's why I stopped messing with Portland. You know what I mean? Because of the bubble. And no disrespect to them, because I kind of get why.
Yeah,
I kind of get why. But it's almost like, kind of like, give us a chance. Give us a chance. Don't just, assume we're going to attack or this is who we, I get it. I get the population of people, the groups. I get it, but like, just give it a chance. Because my thing is, man, it's like, because I'm boys with Hans Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I feature for Hans once in a while, and I'm like, you know what, man? When you come back to Portland and do Helium, that's when I'm coming back because it's Hans Kim, and we know Hans' style, and we know who's gonna come and see Hans. So whatever I do in front of Hans is like, bitch, you came to see Hans. Hans brought me, so you can't do it. Hans gonna say some crazy shit after me,
Yes, he is.
So it's like, but other than that, it's like, I want to go in front of a crowd that truly knows what like what we're doing here. Like, let's put down the defenses. Let's just have a fun. Don't feel like you're gonna get punched down, or we're gonna, like, just give us a chance, just to do what we do.
Yeah, dude. I agree with that, man. It's tough, and it's tough. Like, when you see folks from that Portland bubble or that Seattle bubble, and they come out and they do their stuff in a place that's like maybe a little bit more rural, where people don't necessarily, they're not in the bubble, it doesn't hit the same.
Nah,
it doesn't hit the same.
It don't.
That's not good for your style, man. One thing, I had a humbling experience. I've had a lot of humbling experiences since I've been to Vegas. It's a great place. I like Vegas because it's hard to pander out here. It's hard to pay. It almost like if you're doing a casino audience. I had an audience one time, somebody from Australia, somebody from Britain, somebody from Ireland, somebody from Kansas, somebody from Nebraska, all in the same audience, right? So it's like, all right, I guess you can only talk about universal themes that everybody understands. Talk about relationships, talk about, stuff that people can relate to.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, I'm a human, you're a human. We got something in common. Let's figure it out. I went to a room one time. I got booked. Shout out Chris Sprague, friend of mine, booked me on his show. It was a Mexican restaurant. It was all Mexican people in there. I was finding out, oh shit, some of these jokes are culturally specific. I was playing the hits. It was just not resonating. And so I finally turned around. I was like, this is a nice area. I'm going to call up some of my friends. We're going to put it in a Starbucks right over there. Like, and then boom. Yeah. As soon as I made a gentrification joke, now everybody's with me. Now they're popping. It's like, oh, he sees the problem and he's acknowledged it. Now we're laughing with him. And I got humbled a little bit. I didn't know I had that blind spot. I didn't know that wasn't going to work the way I thought.
Yep. Exactly, man. But that's just, there ain't nothing wrong with being humble. It's almost like, are we really being humble, or are we just recognizing the skill set that we have to pivot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it really can recognize. Like, it's like work on that skill set, improve that skill set, because we have the ability to pivot. We don't want to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes when we get too complacent, comfortable, if something doesn't feel right, we kind of feel bad, feel like, oh, we're getting humble. But it's like, no, we all right. That's just a opportunity for us to recognize, like, that we do have the ability to pivot.
Right. Yeah. This brings up another thing. Let's talk about bombing for a second. So, by the way, last time I was in Medford, for the audience, I had my Friday night, I had a great set. Saturday night, I had the worst set I've ever had on the road ever in my life. It was catastrophic. And I actually talked to you about it right after. I've told the story numerous times. It was bad, but I talked to you right after. And one thing about comedy is bombing is inevitable. It's not like music, where when you release a song in music, that's the polished, final, edited version. Comedy's not like that. Sometimes it's going to go badly. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know? And
you can't go to the band and look at them. All right, we're going to take the 1, 2. Like, nope.
No.
It's just you.
Yeah, it's just you alone in a room, not being funny. Everybody knows you're not being funny. Everybody knows you would like to be. And what's worse is it's not even that they hate you. It's when they're like, he's trying his best. I hate that. I hate that shit.
Especially in the room that these people are true comedy goers.
Yeah.
And they know what it is, and they lock in. So you got some people who, they have events and they're gonna do comedy with it.
Yeah.
So people just out because they're at the event and they watch the comedy. But when you truly when you comedy club goers, your regular goers and all that, it's truly like they watch the process. They're just like, okay. It's like, come on, we with you.
Yeah.
We're with you, buddy.
So what do you, like this, because this advice applies not just to comedy, but to life in general, is what would you say to a comic who's just experienced a catastrophic bomb right before your eyes?
Yeah, go allow yourself to process it.
Yeah.
Feel it, let it be what it is. I wouldn't recommend somebody kind of like, some guys are bomb and just like go hardcore self-medicate and drink
yeah.
If that's your process, it is what it is. But to just let it be, man, and fill it out and think about it, and then it's like, what would I do different, or what can I do different? You know what I'm saying? Don't look at the crowd like, oh, they were stupid, they weren't with me, and this and that. It's like, no, own it, take responsibility, keep it right here within yourself, and think about what could I do different, and what didn't I, just process and see what can I tweak, what can I change, and if you keep and don't give up and don't be just like, because I know it's funny because my headliner chat was last weekend, dope guy out of the Bay Area. His name is Paul Conyers, and Paul freaking rocks, is dope. Paul did comedy his first time, bombed, stayed away from it for 6 years.
Yeah.
Stayed away from it for 6 years. And looking back, he wished like he wouldn't have never stayed away from it that long, because once he got back into it, he got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got some making up to do. I got some goddamn work to do now because I'm getting older. Now I got to make some, but don't walk away from it. You just embrace that, and if you do that, it's just gonna make you so much more stronger, so much more secure, and more equipped, and you feel competent. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you after your bomb, you feel incompetent.
Yeah, that's big. It's like, now I'm not funny at all.
Yeah,
it's like, that's not fun. What I will say about that bomb story is I've told my bomb story to that same story. You were kind of there, so I told it to you like right after. But then I've told that to so many big headliners, and every single one of them were able to break down the game tape for me. That's the thing I love about Vegas. There's a lot of gray hairs out here. A lot of guys 70 plus years old, been touring for 30 something years. Like, they've got knowledge.
That's it, bro. I'm happy for you that you have that resource. That's huge.
Yeah, I don't. But what's going? I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on like the comedy scene now. I think a big problem we're seeing is just not comics are not developing and like learning.
Oh,
Like a lot of people are coming up and just like, here's a weird story that happened one time, or they're like, here's the most racist thing I can think of. Is that funny? Or
yeah.
like, I had sex with this guy, and it's like that's not what stand-up is to me. Like that's not.
Yeah.
And I'm all due respect, I'm not calling out anybody I know. This is just
Yeah.
a general observation about,
Yeah,
comedy.
no, and that's why a lot of people, I had somebody say to me, "Man, you should go and kill Tony." I punched them right in their face.
Yes, dude.
Right in their face. I pushed that bitch down the escalator too. I was like, but no, the thing is like they don't understand there's levels. They don't understand what Kill Tony is compared to who I am and my journey and the process and my progress that I went through. Like that's people who've never done it, who's getting a minute. Like me, I put in 100 million minutes. I'm like, so like that's a whole thing going on. So to your point like that, and that's what people get to, they see that and refer to that. Oh, that's what it, or you see somebody who now refers from a internet skit sensation who got into stand up. And that's what they got to refer to. And they think it, and I don't even knock them because they don't understand, they don't know any different. Because this is what this is how they came into it. This is what brought comedy to their attention this way. But Nate Bargatze was on Bill Maher's show Friday. And if you got HBO Max, you should peep this out. Bill Maher's episode, and Nate was up there. Nate was talking about what's happening there is just like you said, Theo, there's no development. The days of development has gone. He said when you have to go from a little room in front of 5 people, 30 people, you got to work your way up. You got to get your chops tight. You got to get your confidence up. You got to get your set right. It has to be crafted. You got to go through the ups and downs, go on the road, you know what I mean? Get rejected from a club, all these things, you know what I mean? And then somebody can take you on the road along with them. All those things, like, shit, man, it's like nobody's doing it. You post something on, you post your skit, whatever, and then because it's numbers, you filling seats.
Yeah.
I mean, you're filling seats, and it was crazy. Like that just happened right before my eyes because I remember when you got booked because they see you were funny, and also because the club owner liked you. They thought you were dope, you were funny, you dope. Now it's just like they can book a social media sensation and won't say one goddamn word. That's social media sensation a whole week at the club because that ain't what you putting seats in my. You putting butts in my seats. That's all about. It's like, man, it used to be like club owners was personal with you.
Yeah.
Club owners wanted to help you develop, want to help you grow. But it's like now, if I got an internet sensation coming in and he's packing it out and I got to add 3 more shows, what the fuck I'm gonna tell him?
Yeah.
The club owners like, I don't give a shit. A lot of club owners, man, will pull me to the side and say, hey, consider this. I want to bump you up, but go this route. Think about, they want to help you develop.
Yeah.
So a lot of them days over, man, because like a lot of guys these days, because they don't have anything to refer to, they'll get an attitude if you try to give them unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
They take it personally, they take it wrong. But I'm like, I'm sorry, man, that's just the way I came up. But they don't know any different. But they take it as like, are you telling me what to do? Are you hating on me? It's like, no, so when cats like yourself come and get advice, man, it's like you have that conversation, man, and there's so much that can come out of it because you want it, you're hungry for it, and you want to get better. But if I come to you and it's unsolicited, it's going to be probably the shortest conversation. They're probably like, cool, thanks. Now let me go max some honeys and get a free drinks.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Yeah. I can't, it couldn't be me. But I'm hungry for the knowledge. I try to adopt. I tell the audience, it's white belt mentality. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to learn because
I like that white belt. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be, I'm always want to be in the state of learning, especially, coming out to Vegas. It was a big growth experience for me because all of a sudden I'm doing way more shows than I was before. I'm doing bigger rooms. I'm doing legit rooms. Like I'm used to doing, dive bars and stuff like that. Now I'm like, I got casino opportunities and stuff. So it's like all of a sudden, and it's not a local audience you can really pander to. Like I said, they're coming from everywhere. So I'm kind of forced to grow.
Yeah, and that's big on you because you joined the process. You initiated the process. You got out of that comfort zone in Spokane, and you put yourself in environments where you're gonna get more opportunities. You're a fish out of water. You know what I'm saying? It's like you start grass. So that's huge on you, man, because that's what I always talk about. Get out your comfort zone.
Yeah, that is so important. Because comedy is inherently a little bit uncomfortable because it's like, I mean, no, like here, I'm going to stand in front of this room and I'm going to demand everyone pay attention to me for the next hour. That's a little bit awkward, right? And you're doing it in all different kinds of rooms. And if you're a guy like me, I'm not that famous. So 90% of the time I'm playing for strangers. It's not like, if you're Hans Kim or whatever, they showing up to see Hans Kim. They know what he's about, but I'm playing for strangers. People who don't have any idea who I am. They're not. Let's see if this guy's got it.
They came to comedy. They came to see comedy and hopefully this is funny.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's like, so you gotta. That's a whole different challenge because you can't rely on inside jokes. Or I have played for people who knew who I was and came back to see me again, and I could tell the difference. They've already decided that I'm funny, and they just want to see what the next funny thing I'm going to say is.
Yeah,
that's different.
Yeah. Yeah, but God, I forgot what I was going to say. My bombing, I didn't bomb. I don't think I really bombed. Oh, yes, I did. I remember. Okay, let me tell you about the first thing that messed me up. I got heckled. First time I got heckled, he threw me off.
Oh.
He threw me off.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get back on track.
Right.
I fucked up in the head because I've been doing it on the road enough that I just hit the stage. It goes well. Boom, boom, boom. This guy, I was in Killeen, Texas. And I was doing an army bar, a bar with a bunch of the military guys.
Yeah.
They hate their jobs. They hate their lives. The same, kiss their ass. All these things, they get drunk. And the dude, as soon as I stepped on stage, he heckled me and it fucked me up and it threw me off. And first and foremost, too, because he's with his crew of boys, so he's trying to make them laugh.
Yeah.
And they're on his side. So now they laughing at me and they all like, it was like, so I'm trying to get back on track. But the best advice I got was the headliner said to me all night, let it go. He was like, let it go, man. Let it go. He had a smile on his face because you know what that smile was? We've all been there, bro.
Yes, dude.
Yep.
Yes, dude.
And I never had that experience again. But I do remember early on when I was like really busy in the Arizona local scene. We had a big, huge Arizona local scene. My set didn't go well. And I had an OG who she took me on her wing, and I kind of like went to, and it was funny, man, because I got off stage and I never fit the comic after me because I was fairly new to the Arizona scene. This guy was like a Phoenix, Arizona's favorite, and I never forget when I got off after the bombing, he was like, I got him. And that was huge for me to see. That was huge for me to experience, huge for me to see, because me being so green and so new and like and it didn't work, but I was just like, man, it was a crappy feeling. I was like, man, what happened? But I moved on from it because you got to. I'm telling you, man, it's such a great experience to have when it doesn't go accordingly. Because again, I'm gonna use this word a lot. You learn how to pivot. You learn things. I got to read my audience. I gotta watch my delivery, my time, all this stuff, what I want to say. You show up with intentions. I got to intentionally make this work.
Yeah. I think that applies to a lot of things in life, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Like that's being able to, that's one thing I think a lot of comics, it's not always the most talented guys that break through. It's the guys who can take it on the chin and keep it pushing, and the guys who are willing to do the work. a lot of the talented guys, they're so used to being the funniest guy in the room that the second that's not true anymore, they quit. They're like, fuck this.
Bruh. Nah, bruh. It's just such a I mean, what we do is so powerful.
Yeah.
What we do, man. And so, but like you said, I apply it to my life because I'm married, you know, and my wife is a career to me. You know what I mean? And when I don't get it right, I want to get it right.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be better at that. I want to because hey, and on top of that, my wife is my biggest supporter. She takes care of my career, man. Sometimes she's like the way she don't even manage my career, but she kind of does. Like she's just so involved in me developing, being better, and it's like and I just like because like I've never been in a relationship before besides her, not like this. You know, she's truly my really first committed, loving relationship. And before that, my kid's mom, it wasn't really what I thought it was. There was no us. It was truly her getting a need met, and I was filling the void.
Yeah.
And I couldn't keep filling that void because that's not my job. You know, I'm not built to fill a void. You know what I mean? Like that, ain't nobody can. And it's the same way go with comedy. And people use comedy to fill a void.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
it's not gonna fill that hole inside of you, bro. It's not. That's not.
And now you're a dick. You are. It's like every reason you got into comedy now is defeating the purpose now.
Yeah.
Because you're using it because you admitted it, man. You admitted it. I mean, why did you say you got into stand up?
I want everybody to tell me how great I was. Look. I mean, and I'll tell you this, dude, like I grew up, I've always been undersized. I've always been kind of a nerd. I've always gotten picked on, always been a misfit. But in high school, middle school, high school, I figured out, oh, I can be funny. I can do that. Oh, okay. I could get positive attention for this. And then, you know, when I started, now I was 18 years old doing an open mic at a college in Los Angeles. So like that, kind of unknowingly, my first night actually went great, but then the second night I came back and did the same jokes because I thought I was trying to workshop it. Problem, everybody's already seen those jokes before. So now they're not laughing. So now I'm trying to write, I don't have all the shit that I've been writing since I was 13 years old. Now I'm trying to write new shit each week and it's not going well. And I'm bombing in front of people that I have to see in class the next day. I'm bombing in front of women who at one point may have considered having sex with me. Now they're not interested. Nothing less sexy than a guy who just bombed. You know? And so I'm like fucking annihilating my social reputation at this college this is my chance to reinvent myself after high school already did not go well. Right. And so now I'm like, fuck this, you know, but like but I think everybody has an experience where they have an opportunity to walk away from comedy and they have to decide to come back. And that's when your journey really begins. I believe that. I had a show at that college and I was probably 20 years old at that point. And one of my friends came up to me privately and he was like, dude, that was like the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Never do that in public again. I don't want to be seen with you if you're going to do that. And it was like, oh God. And so I had to overcome that. And I think, when you come back to it, I came back to it for the right reasons. Now, a lot of things happened in between. I had tried being a lawyer and kind of failed at that because it was just, can you imagine me at a fucking, do I look employed, Carl? Do I look like someone who has a job? No, I'm not employable. So that was always going to not work. Right?
Yeah, you look like you teach yoga class and you fuck all the moms.
That's right. That's really good. I might steal that. That's
you look like a goddamn Zen teacher that fucked them all. Like,
oh shit.
To your point, man. Just like relationships in the fill of void, stand up, they do the same thing.
Yeah,
but it's not possible. You can't do that. And so you got comics who are insecure, who seek validation. They got childhood trauma. They got all this stuff, and then they clicks. Ooh, this is it. This is it. So now I'm gonna get all this attention. I'm gonna get all this and this and that. And guess what? That trauma's never been dealt with and never healed. So not enough success, not enough money, not enough attention. No matter what you get, you still haven't figured the problem out.
Right.
So now you're gonna be self-medicating. You're gonna be drinking more.
Yeah.
You're gonna be ruining your relationships and all this because that and you because the truth is what you say to yourself, like, God damn, what the fuck is wrong? That's what you really ask yourself. Like, God damn, I'm still not happy. That's why, man, like as much as I love Cat Williams, that Shannon Sharp interview, and I think me and you talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about it last day because that's probably like when the interview came out. But Cat went on a rant about everybody else, all the other successful comedians. And here I am looking at Cat Williams like, dude, you sell out arenas.
Yeah.
You're the top comic for the last 20 years. Like, comics will love to have what you have. But you know what? For him to have to call them out and stuff like that, I'm like, what is it, Cat, that you're not, what hasn't been filled yet? What is it?
Yeah.
Steve Harvey can't do what you do. Cedric, Ricky Smiley, all the people he called, they can't do what you do. But you're calling out what they do. Like, what is it? What is it that you still feel like, why not me? Or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
That's real.
money, all that stuff. And so, and that's what a lot of comedians get into, that, man. And then it's like, oh, you never got that figured out. Now you're still not happy. Now everybody's going to be projected. Now you're going to project your shit on everyone.
Yeah, dude, we all know dudes like that. We all know dudes like that. And I will say things didn't start to move for me. So I left comedy to go try to be a lawyer, which was a stupid idea. We all know that now, hindsight, whatever. But I was pursuing it for the wrong reasons. I wanted to be famous. I wanted recognition. I wanted to get laid easily. I wanted all the wrong things out of it. And then, so being a lawyer doesn't work out. I end up living on a train. And then I'm sleeping on an air mattress in my buddy's living room to narrowly escape being homeless. So now it's just me. So that fancy car I had, gone. Fancy watches I had, gone. All those nice suits I used to wear to work, gone. Okay, now what?
Wow.
Now who are you? And that was the moment I had to deal with my bullshit. And I found Jesus. That helps. Big Jesus fan.
Yeah,
you know?
He never
and
run.
I had to fix all my relationships. Well, that's the thing. Once you look in the mirror, and I say this on the show all the time, once you realize that all the bad stuff in your life is your fucking fault, you were the one who made all those choices.
Yeah, I admit it. A lot of my dumb shit was self-inflicted.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And that's, I think for me, and this is not true for everybody. Obviously, there's guys who do super well who are still self-defeating. But for me personally, comedy didn't start to move until I took radical accountability for my life.
You know how many comics who I see who took accountability for their life? Some of like they recognize, okay, I'm drinking a lot, but why am I drinking a lot? You know what I'm saying? I just can't put down the alcohol or stop doing coke and all shit. I got to figure out why, like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Why am I? And then once they can say, oh my God, I'm identifying this, and now I'm putting more effort into identifying the problem and healing that, this other stuff just goes.
Yes, dude.
That was never the problem. It's my thinking was the problem. My self, my lack of self, all this, like the other stuff. Now I'm so into this, like, wow, I'm figuring me out.
Yeah.
I'm growing. I don't even care about this because that was just, a symptom of my shit.
Yeah, big time. And I will say this, as a comic, as a performer, your writing gets better once you set aside the bullshit.
And
you set aside the bullshit, big time. And I kind of made my nut and started getting booked doing fuckboy comedy, and I didn't, but I got to a point where I was like, bro, that's true. It's true. It's a fact. Everybody knows it. I'm just calling it out.
That's hilarious.
It's like, but it's, but at some point, it's like, how many times can you say, hey, me and this girl, blah, 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 or how women do this? How many times can you say the same thing, right? So I was like, I have to, and also that shit don't play when you're 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, this guy's backing on 22-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? So
put you a little show together with you and the fellas called Fuckboy Comedy.
Yeah.
But kind of make it like you're not that anymore. But
yeah. We're retired. That's a great idea, by the way, Carl. That's a great idea.
That would be so hilarious. Like, fuck, boy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I decided, I'm trying to grow beyond that and just like write more mature stuff, but stuff that here's the thing. It's only I write about my life. So
That's
if I want to write good stuff, I have to do good things. I have to talk to people. I have to experience things outside of my comfort zone so that I can grow, or I'm going to keep writing about the same dumb shit over and over again.
Yeah, that's why when I see a lot of rappers, like I was watching the Grammys the other night, and they got one of my favorite groups, the Clips.
Yeah.
They're in their late 40s, and they were performing on the Grammys the other night, and they won a Grammy on it, right? But they still talking about cookie crack in the kitchen. I'm like, bro, you 50. You're making oatmeal. You're making oatmeal. Like, rap about that.
Bro, yeah.
They talk about boiling the water, cooking crack in the kitchen. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. No, you're making an egg casserole. That's what you like, talk about that. Like, yeah.
Oh man. Well, hey, listen, Carl, we're just over the 1 hour mark. I told you we'd do a hard stop at an hour. Why don't we do this? Let's have you promote the show so that everybody knows the time and the place to come find it, and then let us know where to find you online.
Yeah, okay. So all you guys listening, man, if you ever passing through Medford, Oregon, I got a great comedy show. It takes place inside the Roe Regency Inn, the biggest hotel in Southern Oregon. And the name of my venue is called Chadwick's. I have to name after the owners. They're Irish. So Chadwick's Comedy. It's in Medford, Oregon. This weekend, Theo is going to be there doing a show with Joe Hill out of the Bay. It's going to be a great show. It's the Friday and Saturday, February 6th and 7th and whatnot, man. So it's a great show. And if you want to follow me on social media, Carl Lee Comedy, at Carl Lee Comedy, Instagram, and just Carl Lee Facebook. And where else am I on? I got a website, Carl Lee Comedy, my website. But you could just Google my name. Also, I got a special. I don't really call it a comedy special. This is something we can even talk about too before we wrap it up. But if you go to Open Bar Comedy, and they have their own channel on YouTube, you'll see my half-hour special called "It Is I." And but speaking of the comedy thing, special is this is my thing, man. So everybody talking about they shooting special. I'm dropping a special, or I'm shopping a special. This is my thing. If you funded it, if it comes out your pocket, if nobody came to you and said, hey, you pick the location, we'll pay you, you can do this and that, we're gonna fund. No, you just filmed an hour. That's all you did. Half hour, whatever you want to call it. The special, this is what happened with Open Bar. This is why Open Bar, my half hour was special to me. I was performing at Loney's Comedy Club in Colorado Springs, one of the hottest comedy clubs out there. And it's been that way for years, since the 90s. And the owner took a liking to me, man. Really appreciated my work. Was just really down to support me. He's called me after my week was over and hit me up, said, hey, I want to connect you with Open Bar Comedy. You ever heard of it? It's like, you can shoot a half hour. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm down, dude. I'm like, shoot. And Ron Feingold, who is friends with Don, actually, he actually performed at Delirious. And because Ron told me, Delirious. But Ron hit me up, the producer of Open Bar. And I'm telling you, man, check it out, dude. You'll see so many comics up there because he reaches back. He reaches back and bring the OGs. And he also wants to put the young ones on. So he has a diverse of like old OG comics and the up and coming young. So he hit me up and said, hey man, I heard great things about you. I want to put you on. Dude, so he pays me to come out there, puts me up. He pays for the production, everything. He does all that. And then in time, I get the back end, you know how you get the YouTube money and all that. So, but that's special to me because somebody saw me and said, dude, I want to connect you with this guy. And then I filmed it, man, and I got like probably like 4 million hits. I get 4 million, and my clips keep getting sound bites. People are using my clips, sound bites on their social media for silly stuff. So that's why it's special to me. And that's my thing. Like, if anybody wants to keep saying, "Oh yeah, I'm shooting special, I'm like not really. You know, if Netflix called, if they call you personally and say, "Hey, we're gonna fund this, and you pick spot," come on. So, but that's just me wanting to educate people to understand these comics. Like, just watch the terminology you use, because I have some people who try to get me to book them, and I want to know more about the curator. They tell me about, oh yeah, I'm shopping a special round. I'm like, you don't shop specials.
Yeah.
No, they come to you for your special. And I'm gonna put your special on my network. We're gonna do all this. We're gonna production. We're gonna put. No, I'm not shopping no special. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Yeah, because if you put it on Amazon ain't giving you no money down up front. No. So yeah, that's just my little education about how I feel about when it comes to shooting specials, how we throw that word around too loosely.
Yeah, and it really used to mean something too. Like, it used to mean something if HBO came to you and offered you a big pile of money to shoot an HBO special like that. And now everybody and their mom who has enough money can rent out a ballroom and fucking shoot something if you hire a camera crew. I have a crowd work show on my Patreon. I funded the whole thing myself, and I'm shooting it in the back of a fucking restaurant. That's like, anybody could do that. I did it. It's not, nobody asked me to do it. I had to like beg, borrow, and steal to get that done. That's not the same thing as an HBO special.
No,
it's not.
No. So.
No, dude. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, man, yeah, this is going to be awesome. Make sure to check out Carl's comedy, everybody. That's awesome. Carl's hilarious. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, if you're in Bedford, Oregon, please come out to the show. It's an incredible room. Chadwick's is awesome.
Or just wherever you guys are at, go to my IG and all. I'm always posting my gigs, so you know, you never know where I'm at. I could be in your area, man. So just look me up, connect with me, and then you'll see what I'm doing. And I got clips online all over YouTube. I got clips on my pages, and so I'm out there.
Let me go ahead. Carl Lee Comedy. Carl, I'm going to go ahead and put your Instagram in the chat real quick. That way the people can find you, and they should be able to find the rest of your stuff from there. That'll be good. So I'm putting Carl's information in the chat right now. There we go. All right, so there you go. Please go follow Carly on Instagram. And make as a personal favor to me, and because his comedy is awesome, you're going to want to see it. And then that's it for me, folks. I have been Theo Snodgrass. Oh, go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, we'll see you Friday, man. Yeah,
it's going to be awesome.
What time?
It's going to be awesome.
What time do you land?
I have to check. I'll shoot you a message. I'll let you know, because I'm flying out kind of early, so I'm going to be landed kind of early. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And really looking forward to it, man. Always love the room. And I want to make sure to go to the gym with you when I'm there. I've seen the gym videos, Carl.
Actually, Saturday morning, because actually Joe got plans to go with me. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Exactly. I'll be there, man. I'll be there. All right, folks.
See you guys.
Yeah, this has been Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass. My other show is Theocracy with Theo Snodgrass. So please enjoy the intro to my other show as the outro to this show. Thank you very much.